the end of the last round.
Yeah, right here you see him coming, and Lucas' body came in, fainted. There was a punch behind the head by Casablanca. That was a good combination. Oh, good uppercut by Lucas' body.
Let's go, Blue. Seconds out. Limpio, huh?
And guess what? Round 4.
Keep your passwords safe.
You can produce some decent action, Roy Jones Jr.
Of course, you hit each other 16 times. Took one a few more punches to do it than the other, but they both landed 16 punches.
All right, let's hear for the first time tonight from our rules expert and unofficial scorer, Sean Wheelock.
Morrow, 3 rounds to 1, 39-37 Lucas' body. In modern pro boxing judging, you're looking at 3 different 10-9 rounds. Close, moderate, decisive. Rounds 1, 2, and 3 are moderate 10-9s for me for Lucas' body. That was a close 10-9 for me for Armando Casamonica, round number 4. He controlled more of the action. I thought of those equal 16 punches. The Casamonica punches were a bit more effective.
Thank you, Sean. Look forward to hearing from you throughout the night as body backing Casamonica up with the jab, goes to the body, but doesn't follow up with the right hand, and now tries to lower the boom with the uppercut, but Casamonica remains on the prowl, Amir.
Yeah, they're on the prowl. They're both on the prowl, but like more so Casamonica.
And yet he's still tasting counter shots from body.
Exactly. But right now he's just jabbing and jabbing. But
stop! Break!
We'll see if we can continue to do that.
Box!
What about the technique of Casamonica's punches, Roy, when he seems to lunge in a little bit?
He does lunge in, but like I said, because he doesn't use the hardest part of his knuckle, his punches are not nearly as effective as Lucas' body's punches.
And what's impressing you most about Body, and any adjustments you'd like to see him make here as we head to the second half of the fight?
I would like to see Body be a bit more busier. He only wants to punch when he sees openings. You got to sometimes punch to create openings.
Exactly. Sometimes you don't, most of the time you don't look for the knockout punch. It just happens. Just like hitting a home run in baseball. It just naturally happens. If you look for it too much, you can get countered, you'll be wild, but like, just let it happen.
And the only reason Casamonica is still even in this fight like this is because he's not throwing enough punches. Body is trying to look for just the one shot.
There was an arm punch from Casamonica. He's was moving to the left, with, of course, is the power alley for Body.
Roy, why do you think he doesn't punch with like his full knuckles? Is it like Italian training, or what would you say?
It's technique in the gym.
Technique in the gym.
Get away with that, and people let you get away with that. He's had 14 professional fights doing that. Only 3 knockouts. He's not interested in knocking anybody out, so he just wants to outwork you.
Yeah, when I found out he had 3, it surprised me because he's throwing punches in the phone booth with him.
What hurts?
It would be more.
What hurts me, you see a guy like him, how he's built like a brick house.
Yeah, he is.
But then he only has 3 knockouts. That tell you something is wrong.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
the punching technique with the knuckles.
Exactly.
We have reached the midpoint of this lightweight fight, and again, we are here tonight for a fight. Roy Jones, of course, you were in the ring with Mike Tyson 4 years ago in Los Angeles, but look at this graphic, Amir, of your dad and Jake Paul. I mean, the numbers are startling, but what do you make of this? I mean, here you are, the son of a legend, ringside, breaking down his fight.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, obviously, he's the more esteemed fighter than Jake Paul. He's won multiple belts. He's knockouts. 22 first-round knockouts. That just lets you know what type of power he actually has.
Now, he said that if Jake Paul doesn't run, he's going to record his 23rd first-round knockout. He said that Jake Paul's a manufactured killer. He's a natural-born killer. Well, Jake Paul actually heard me mention that during rehearsal. He said, hey, tomorrow say a manufactured weapon is a nuke.
Yeah, he keeps on saying the same thing, but we'll see if that comes to fruition.
All right, we begin the second half of this bout, and Amir Tyson, the son of Mike Tyson and Hall of Famer Roy Jones Jr. with me on the broadcast. We were joined by Rosie Perez, and she will join Roy and I coming up at Netflix at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. But all right, Amir, second half of the fight, adjustments that both guys need to make in order to curry favor with the judges and maybe land the eraser.
I feel like Body should just let his hands go a little bit. He's looking, like Roy was saying earlier, he's looking for the big shot. He's jabbing, but he's not doing anything off the jab. So he should just let his hands go more. But obviously, there's a reason he's not letting his hands go. Maybe Casamonica has to do a lot with that.
Would you like to see Body amplify his offense in the second half here now, put the pedal to the metal, Amir?
Of course, because it's getting closer. Because Casamonica keeps on throwing punches, and we're above the halfway point. So he's going to have to do something eventually.
Oh, beautiful right uppercut on the inside. And Roy with Body telling us he has superior fighter IQ. Again, being joined by a lot of people around the world, casual fans. When we talk about fighter IQ, what do we mean?
We mean guys that know what to do and when to do it. Having a fighter IQ means you know and understand what you're doing in there or what you're trying to do in there. Most guys don't know or understand. They just go through the motion of whatever happens. They
like
react.
tactical awareness, the adaptability. How about fight management? Talk about fight management.
Fight management is knowing when to turn the gas up or when not to turn the gas up. So sometimes you see guys like him. Right now, Body should be throwing more punches to the gloves, not so many to the face, because the way he's managing the fight now, he's just looking for the one-shot knockout. If this other guy, Casamonica, was good enough, he could stay in this fight because Body's not doing enough.
No. Stuff like that.
I think he's still winning the fight, but like I said,
from the early round domination.
If
from the early round.
was doing more, it would be very difficult.
Yeah,
you know we live in a what have you done for me lately world.
Oh, of course.
Coming off that knockout of the year candidate, but again, every fight is its own story, and with less than a minute remaining here in the sixth, Casamonica is keeping Body honest.
And Body throws good counters, but he's just not doing enough.
Right.
Very good counters.
Is it just me, or is Body taking some deep breaths?
He's taking some very deep breaths. See, he landed a good counter right there.
He seems a little fatigued right now.
Yeah, but this undefeated fight ain't gonna lay down. So
And talk about the mentality of entering the ring with like 16, or excuse me, here at 17-0, but being an undefeated fighter like you were for the majority of your career, Roy. What's the mentality like?
The mentality is you don't want to give it up, but what I'm trying to say is that Casamonica has that same mentality. Casamonica is 14-0.
Yeah, and he's maybe put a definitive statement on this round, Amir.
He didn't come from Italy to lay down. He's going to give it his all, you know.
Look at him, look at him. He's getting confident. Look at him.
He's talking to him, too. You see that, right? He's talking to him, too.
The bravado of Armando Casamonica.
Devi essere convinto di te stesso.
That's an interesting
Non devi
answer.
non guardare qui intorno, non sta. Pensa che stiamo a casa nostra.
Hey, pretend we're at our home.
Non sta
Pretend we're back in
pensa che
Italy.
stiamo a casa nostra.
Yeah,
stiamo a fare i guanti.
Just think like we're at home. Everything's fine. Don't worry about where you're at.
Questa 4 riprese. Stai bene
It's
fisicamente.
good. Everything's okay.
Dobbiamo essere convinti. È molto in acque più sporche. Per portarlo in acque più sporche devi attaccare più.
You got any pop left?
Do I need to translate the Canadian?
Let's go, box.
This is round number 7, scheduled for 10 in the lightweight division. Knockout artist Lucas Body of Canada taking on Italia's Armando Casamonica, who made the trip across the Atlantic on short notice and does not want to come up short in this, the biggest opportunity of his life. And he's coming forward, guys.
He has to.
Yeah, he's definitely coming forward.
But all it takes is one good counter. Is that what you're saying, Roy?
Just has to be careful not to run into one while he's coming forward. You run into it coming forward, it's going to be double impactful because you're running into it. It's like a head-on collision. So you got to be very careful when you got a puncher like Lucas Body and you coming forward at him.
I feel like right now he's just waiting for that counter punch. He's waiting for that counter punch. So he knows when he hits him right on the chin, there's a good chance he's going to put him to sleep.
You know what doesn't wait, though?
What?
That clock in the corner.
That clock doesn't. It doesn't wait.
But I feel you, Amir. I know what you're saying. You're right. It's all about the setup. It's all in here. He's countering him effectively now, Body, and beginning to turn him a bit. But Casamonica, beautiful four-punch combination with the right hand by Casamonica.
And what y'all got to remember is Casamonica's undefeated as well.
Yes.
He's not trying to give that up.
Somebody's O's going to be given the David Blaine treatment here tonight.
It's got to go. Someone's O's got to go.
Nice jab from Casamonica.
Good shot by Casamonica.
And we're at the midpoint here now of round number 7. And off the back foot, Body looking for the gap, follows up with the right hand, but
great punch.
Hand from Casamonica.
And landed clean, too.
And the left hook upstairs lands. So Casamonica finding the distance, Roy.
Yes, he is. He's definitely finding distance because Lucas is not doing enough to keep him busy.
He's getting a lot of confidence as well as the fight progresses, and now that's probably going to skyrocket.
Not squaring up here. Southpaw. Casamonica's gone lefty for a moment.
And it's the second time he did it last round.
Yeah, and he does. In watching tape on him, he will switch to southpaw.
Maybe influenced by Terrence Crawford. You never know.
Amen. Many people should be, right? Pound for pound Staples, now a champion at 154, was undisputed. I mean, last year that performance against Errol Spence, one of the most impressive performances I've ever seen in the ring, Ron.
Yes, it was pretty impressive.
And look at, speaking of impressive, Casamonica's footwork.
Casamonica has really good footwork.
Good knowledge of the ring, too.
20 by 20 ring here at AT&T Stadium.
Yeah.
Double jab through the guard by Casamonica.
He feel like he's winning this round, and he's not trying to give it back. That's why you see him moving like he's doing.
He's in the corner, but...
Stop!
Oh,
Time!
Body's just thinking way too much instead of doing.
Good point, Amir.
That's what's going to cost him the fight if he continues to do that.
Over-analysis leads to paralysis. Look at the replay.
Casamonica throwing a jab. Overhand right there. Very good shot.
Uppercut, the beautiful timed counter.
Very good overhand right. They're going to hook two right afterwards, but that was a beautiful overhand right by Casamonica. Best punch of the fight.
Non ce va bene. Più convinto, devo far sbagliare.
No more mistakes.
Oh, stiamo qui una volta.
We're here one time. Let's make the most of this. This is enough.
Azioni dure, deciso. Okay.
Come on, give us your strength, give us your all. We're going to do this. We came here to win.
Amo sappia, lo metti col culo per terra se vuoi, Ce l'hai,
So now you see I'm not the only hyper-Italian, right?
Yeah.
And we begin round number 8. And again, I did the translation best I could, but I mean, they believe that Casamonica may be on the cusp of the upset.
He's trying. I mean, he has the right idea, but he got to just stay busy.
And why don't we bring in our unofficial scorer, rules expert Sean Wheelock? I mean, Sean, Casamonica's on the come-up.
I agree, Mauro. I have this 4 rounds to 3, 67-66 Lucas Body, but I have given Armando Casamonica rounds 4, 6, and 7. As you've been saying on commentary, you see that Lucas Body, after round number 3, has been sitting back, waiting for those hard counters. But meanwhile, Armando Casamonica has the volume, has been dictating the tempo, and coming forward with pressure.
And as you were saying that, Sean, and Amir, you reacted some good counter work to the body by Body.
Yeah, he's hitting him in the head, body, everything. If he continues to fight like this, based off Sean's scorecard, he can win the fight. So the trainer knows this is your biggest opportunity, the biggest stage that boxing's ever had. Let's bring it.
Why? I mean, and again, watching Body, he does bring it. Why? What is it that's keeping him from pulling the trigger as much as he'd like to right now, Roy?
He's not as open. What is his name?
Casamonica.
Casamonica is not as open as it looks like he is. He has high guard. The high guard is not encouraging to a guy like Lucas Body, who is a big puncher.
No risk, no reward?
Exactly.
Minute and a half left in the 8th round.
Don't push.
Mark Colloy, veteran referee, maintaining law and order, and has had a pretty easy go of it. These two pros doing their best to give the fans a display of their skills in the sweet and savage science.
And this is what I like to teach fighters. I say, don't show a guy your face sometimes. He won't punch. Casablanca is not showing Body the face of punch. So Body ain't punching much.
Right. And Amir, again, I love those reactions, brother, because
great
it's
uppercut hook combination.
Closer.
There were 2 punches, but there were 4 punches to that, too. Now, that's one more.
And Casablanca's putting together some nice combinations.
Yes, he is.
He's throwing 4 and 5 punches to Lucas's 2.
Who does he think he is? David Benavidez?
See that?
Oh,
See that?
he's sitting down on these shots now.
Yep.
Curling behind the guard of Body.
I feel like he would have way more knockouts if he actually punched with his knuckles like you were discussing earlier.
And what
has the
about
power.
sitting down? What about like Mike Tyson, where it comes from the bended knee throughout the leg all the way up? You got to really sit down. Neither good shot.
And punching with leverage.
Another left hook to the body by Body. And there's a right hand that missed for Casablanca. But Body is not putting together combinations, Amir.
Yeah, the body doesn't move either, so it's good to hit the body because it slows everything else down.
Body's not putting together combinations because he don't see openings. He only wants to punch when he sees openings. Oh, good shot.
That was a great shot. Good timing,
good
too.
timing on that punch.
Yeah.
A new wave of fighter. Jake Paul's building a career defined by fierce ambition and unfiltered confidence. But man, from the streets to the ring, Mike Tyson's rise to dominance is a story of raw talent, relentless determination, and a fearsome legacy that still echoes through the boxing world. And yeah, they will meet 8 rounds. The rules have been tweaked, 8 rounds, 2-minute rounds. But what will happen when Jake Paul steps into the ring with his dad's favorite fighter, Mike Tyson? Each of them have, of course, predicted the knockout. And for boxing purists, well, they are waiting with bated breath for what should be an electrifying rematch of the greatest female boxing match in history. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano 2. Serrano looking to even the score. Taylor looking to defend the undisputed 140-pound title. The penultimate round, round 9, and powered punches through 8. For Body, 51 of 154 for 33%. For Casablanca, 56 of 186 for 30%. So, Casablanca's landed more. Body has been more efficient.
And probably more effective.
Yeah, definitely more effective. But Casablanca, he's fighting a smart fight. You know, he keeps on coming forward. He's like resilient. Oh, just great. Ooh.
So, okay, Body, I see what he's trying to do, using the stick, trying to gain range. But Roy, when you're doing that, you're trying to measure so you can land a right hand. He's not throwing anything. And Casablanca is really disrupting his rhythm, his timing, and his game plan.
Like I said, he's not throwing that because when he does that, Casablanca puts his hands up so he don't see nothing.
Exactly.
You don't let him see nothing, he's not going to throw nothing.
Amir, what does just find a way to get some sustained offense, because he's being countered effectively as well, and he's usually the guy to do that.
Right. When it's the 9th and 10th round, when it's the last 2 rounds, like you have to do whatever to win. If it's close, you have to start throwing punches. You have to be a little riskier, but you still got to be smart.
In the entertainment business, you're only as good as your last show.
100%.
Lucas Body, well, he opened everyone's eyes in July as he came in as the B-side, was behind on every scorecard after 5 rounds, and in the 6th, electrified the world with a viral KO of H2O Silv. And not to say that, it's up to the judges. And boy, what an exchange here, but he is in tough.
Yep. He's in very tough, but he's a great counterpuncher. I love his counter. He throws beautiful counter shots. He just don't do enough of the first punches.
How much does it impact a fighter in what ways does it impact, because Casablanca putting the pressure, when you face a short notice opponent like Body's doing here?
It doesn't really affect you that bad, because what people don't realize about boxing is you're supposed to prepare yourself regardless of who you're fighting.
So you should, of course, have to make adjustments on the fly.
Of course.
As we know.
You can't do that, then you're not really a top-notch fighter.
Well, Casablanca's made an adjustment in his fight. Good counter left from a southpaw. Body momentarily landed that straight left hand.
Flush shot as well.
Yeah, and there's a double left hook, but off the high guard of Body. But Casablanca's
Doing all the work still.
Doing all the work on the front foot, missing wildly with the right. And there was a counter opportunity for Body that he didn't take. So, short notice, coming all the way from Italy.
Good shot.
And Armando Casamanica is going to the 10th and final round. Who's O will go. Round 10 is next.
Pushed him, too.
No. He's like, hey, Katsu 5.
Hey, wait a minute. Save it for the last round, sir.
Yeah, right?
You got another round. Save it for the last round.
100%.
Okay, then. We're going to feint with that left. We're going to come in with the right. You hear me? We're going to apply good pressure this round. Another deep breath. Stepping to the right.
Next round, we're going to touch gloves. We're going to keep it clean, all right? Here we go.
When he circles left, if you get there first before him and unload, right? Understand? Lots of feints with the left, haul with the left, come in. Let's let that cannon go. Do you hear me? He's gagging for it. His mouth is wide open. Every time he
Forza, forza. Forza, forza. C'è la 10ª ripresa, ci devi credere.
They're not going to believe it. Keep going. For strong. Be strong. Be strong. We got this. Let's go. So the Italian corner.
This is the final round.
All right. High drama in Texas.
Limpio.
Let's bring in our
Limpio.
unofficial score rules expert, Sean Wheelock. How do you have it after 9?
It's a big comeback for Armando Casamanica, 86-85. That's 5 rounds to 4 up on my scorecard. Lucas Body, I thought was in control. I gave him the first 3 rounds. But since round 4, I've given Casamanica every round but the 5th. Round 6 and 8, though, extremely close for me. I think, Mauro, this will come down to the 3 judges assigned by the Texas Commission. Are they looking at the volume, the forward pressure of Armando Casamanica, or the hard, clean counters of Lucas Body?
Amir, what about the conditioning of Armando Casamanica, especially in the second half of the fight? Again, taking the fight short notice coming from Europe.
Yeah, because I was thinking in my mind, I was just like, Body's deteriorating as Casamanica's really stepping it up. And it just like throughout the fight, it just transitioned and flipped.
Roy,
but initially, Body was the one that was controlling everything.
Roy, what say you here?
Huh?
What say you? Body is a guy who was the talk of the boxing world. He signed with MVP, got an opportunity to be on the biggest stage to continue to build his brand as a knockout artist. And yeah, it takes 2 to tango. But we're used to seeing Body put on the pressure. He is under extreme pressure right now.
Here's a guy that watched him lose a bunch of rounds in his last fight. This guy saw that, no question. And this guy feels like he can win now. And he thinks he's ahead in this fight now. That's why he's taking it easy. He feels like he's ahead in this fight.
Yeah, when it's a close fight like that, like you said before, every judge has a different criteria. So you could think you're winning, but you don't. They might be judging on something else.
Yeah, I don't know.
But why is that? I understand, and Sean, of course, we could, Mr. Wheelock, get it after. But I mean, there is the criteria mostly on effective punching, and I mean, here in the second half of the fight, the effective punches have come from Armando Casamanica.
Yeah.
Don't stiff arm. Don't stiff arm. Let's box, gentlemen.
Oh, good shot.
Wow.
Good shot by
Stop.
Body.
Nobody
Yeah,
punch.
but there you know, he's like, hey,
Box.
don't count me out yet, but time is ticking away. 50 seconds left in what is a close encounter of the lightweight kind here at AT&T Stadium as Netflix ushers in a new era of combat sports. And what an exchange here, guys.
Yeah, Casamanica's done a good right hand.
Uppercut by Body.
Stop. Nobody punch.
Casamanica's not giving up. He's bringing it the whole night.
But I believe it. He's showing that he's undefeated for a reason.
Yes, sir.
Final 20 seconds. Who is going to remain unbeaten?
Great exchanges tonight.
Yeah, Lucas going at him.
Fight down the
10 seconds.
stretch they come. We're not seeing the urgency from Body. The aggression from Casamanica
Yep.
is an upset in the offing here at AT&T Stadium. Do you think Casamanica did enough to win, Amir?
Yeah, I think he stepped it up at the right point in midway in the fight, and I think he just took and stole the rounds
Now,
by his
Roy,
aggression.
you're the guy who's seen it all, done it all. I know as an announcer, I'm trying to tell the story. I don't see the tech, we're not studying it like an analyst like you. What do you think?
I'm not an analyst. I'm just guy who looks on and takes in what he sees. And I see a hard road for the promoter's fighter to lose.
All right, let's bring in unofficial score rules expert Sean Wheelock. Tension is palpable, Sean.
Morrow, I loathe draws, but I have it 95-95, 5 rounds. Rounds 4 through 9, except for round number 5, which was extremely tight as well. Round number 10, I thought Lucas Body did a lot of what he did in rounds 1, 2, and 3. Came forward while still landing effective counters. Morrow, the difference for me in this fight, and I think that's what the 3 judges now are looking at, Body was a counterpuncher throughout, but he was a aggressive counterpuncher in rounds 1, 2, 3, and 10. In the other rounds, largely, Armando Casamonica had more volume and had more consistent forward pressure.
And for Roy Jones Jr., he doesn't do draws, he wears draws. All right, we've got Big Mo in the center of the ring with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of 10 full rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards at ringside. Judge Mike Ross sees the contest 95-95, while judges David Iacobucci and Nate Palmer see the contest 96-93 and 98-92, declaring your winner by majority decision, Lucas Prince Body.
98-92, mamma mia, but Lucas Body, he wins this by the hair of his chinny chin chin, guys. What do you think?
98-92 ain't the hair of your chinny chin chin. That's the hair of your promoter.
Yeah, literally. I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, there's no way that's at the scorecards of the actual fight we watched. There's no way.
I mean, for Armando Casamonica to taste defeat on short notice, are heartbroken. Armando Casamonica, but Lucas Body's the one that escapes, remains unbeaten, improves to 18-0, while Casamonica falls to 14-1. And now let's look at the final stats and the numbers. Well, again, you see how close it was, with Body having the edge in total punches landed, Amir.
Right, yeah, it was a close fight. That's why I'm saying, like, the fight should have been much closer than it was. Like, those 2 scorecards were egregious.
I've never seen an egregious scorecard in combat sports. It's
unheard of, right? It's unheard
novelty. This is amazing. Well, the fans are beginning to get comfortable, and again, so many amazing viewing experiences here in this $1.3 billion technological and architectural marvel, the biggest HD TV screen on the planet, AT&T Stadium. Well, we're warming up for, well, what will be the most anticipated rematch in women's boxing history. Katie Taylor was an undisputed 135 champion. She's undisputed at 140 now. Both had to make contract weight of 138 pounds because Amanda Serrano, hey, she's won titles in a female record 7 divisions, including 140, but she would like to join Katie Taylor and Claressa Shields as the only 2-division undisputed champions. Naoya Inoue and Terrence Crawford have done it for the men. And speaking of the men, 227.2 pounds, 228.4 pounds. And then this happened, Amir. Oh, wow, a thunderclap from Tyson.
He shouldn't have stepped on his toe.
We are set for the first of 3 world championship fights on the bill tonight for a vacant 168-pound title. It's Shadeja Green of America against the undefeated Canadian Melinda Watpool. Green has the size advantage, the reach advantage, and more experience at this weight. In fact, Watpool moving up 8 pounds to try to bring a world championship back to the true north. And now, with the rules, let's go to Mr. Sean Wheelock.
The unified rules of boxing are being used for this WBO world title fight. Rounds will be the women's boxing standard, 2 minutes in length. There is no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental foul ends the fight, 4 rounds must be completed to consider it official.
Making her way to the ring first, fighting out of the red corner, please welcome Melinda Watpool.
For this proud Canadian who hasn't been a professional for long, in fact, came to the sport at 15, but was always a longtime fan of boxing films and literature, Melinda Watpool owns a hardware store, helps the family on the farm, and of course, if she owns a hardware store, she has the tools to build the trophy case. She would like to bring this championship back to Canada, Amir, and again, you look at her record, and she's 7-0, 2 knockouts. Not a lot of experience, but everything relatively speaking, the women's game is still on the rise. The quality continues to emerge. And of course, tonight, these two have a stage that they've never had before.
Never in their life have they had this stage. When I saw her last fight, when I watched tape on her last fight, she was relentless. She was resilient. She just kept on going at the fighter. That's why when I found out she had 2 knockouts, I was like, wow. Because she just keeps it going. She doesn't stop.
That was a victory over their common opponent, Natasha Spence, the fellow Canadian. Roy, again, for Melinda Watpool. Speak about your first title opportunity and what it meant to you after all the work that you had put in.
It meant the world. I mean, this is what you box for. If you don't ever become world champion, it's almost like you failed in boxing if you're a high-tech type fighter, you know? So this is the opportunity of a lifetime. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for some. So she hopes she can close the door and get what she needs to get on this fight night.
According to BoxRec, she is the only active female 168-pounder hailing from the True North Strong and Free. And a first attempt to win a widely recognized title, fighting for the first time here in America. All of her previous fights in Canada. Fan-friendly style, but against a knockout artist like Green, you got to be careful when you put that pressure on.
Opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome to the ring, Shanesha Green.
I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I like Tony's great expression. To get something you never
You hear the motivational words, and she's all about mantras. Be phenomenal or be forgotten. The sweet Terminator, Shanesha Green, she does not want to be forgotten. She started boxing at 15 to help with her basketball footwork, and as a basketball player, and Roy, I know you're a hoopster through and through. Old Dominion, as a freshman, they made it to the Sweet 16, so she is a world-class athlete through and through. Comes in 14-1 with the 11 knockouts. The loss to Franchon Cruz-Dezurn. Dezurn made it ugly. Many people think Watpool have to do the same thing, have to smother the offense of someone who is a rarity in women's boxing, a knockout artist.
That's what she better do. She better go in there and try to smother that punching power so that she can survive, make it an ugly fight, and maybe she can be victorious, but we'll see.
Second female promoted by Jake Paul's Most Valuable Promotions. Of course, Amanda Serrano was the first. This is her second attempt at a title after losing to Cruz-Dezurn for a vacant title in this division. Let's go to Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from AT&T Stadium, this is the final bout of our undercard, and it is scheduled for 10 2-minute rounds, and it is for the vacant WBO Super Middleweight Championship of the World. Our judges at ringside, from Nevada, Lisa Chiampa, from Canada, Jeremy Hayes, and from Texas, Jesse Reyes, and our timekeepers, Genaro Perez and Arthur White, and our referee in charge when the bell rings, from Texas, James Green. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the purple trunks with black trim, she weighed in at 166.8 pounds. She holds an undefeated professional record of 7 victories, opposite no defeats, with 2 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And she fights out of Pepperlaw, Ontario, Canada, representing representing United Boxing Promotions, introducing Melinda, the Whip Wapool. And now her opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with white trim. She stands 5 feet, 8 inches tall. She weighed in at 167.8 pounds. She holds a near-perfect professional record of 14 victories, opposite just 1 defeat, with 11 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And she fights out of Patterson, New Jersey, USA, introducing Shanesha, the Sweet Terminator Green.
Go, ladies. Let's go, ladies. Okay, ladies. This is for the WBO Super Middleweight Championship of the World. You got your instructions in the dressing room. I want you to protect yourself at all times and obey my commands at all times. Touch glove, back to your corners.
So, the first of our 3 World Championship fights here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Shanesha Green hopes the second time is the harm for her opponent. And for Wapool, wants to become the first ever Canadian women's 168-pound champion. And yet for both of these fighters to be able to do it under the brightest of lights, as, of course, women's sports, a huge meteoric rise here led by the likes of Caitlin Clark. But across the sports world, we are seeing women getting their due, and we're starting to see it in boxing, too.
Of course, you're seeing it in boxing, but this is the best situation ever for women's boxing here, because what Jake has done and allowed these women to be able to do on this card tonight is out of this world. What they did 2 years ago was out of this world.
And we're talking, of course, of the fight between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, which is the second women's title. Oh, beautiful right hand curling around the guard, and already Green landing some power shots, Amir.
Yeah, landing power shots. She usually overwhelms her opponents with power and speed and strength, and she usually walks them down like she's doing right now.
Yeah, Jake Paul signing Amanda Serrano, just a legendary fighter who, until she's 36 now, wasn't until this week that she got a cell phone. That's what how.
Don't panic, get Sentry. Speed up slowdowns and prevent crashes in Python with just 5 lines of code. So your customers can actually buy your product and you can get back to whatever it is you do for fun.
I bought my mattress from a store that I've been going to for years. And I saved heaps of money and bought mine from Sleeping Duck, the new way to buy. I'm stuck with the foams inside my mattress that have gathered dust mites for years. But I know them all by first name: Chompy, Chewy, Bitey. I can replace the cover and foams whenever I want to refresh it like new.
Rab jab, and of course the physical Green, and in women's boxing 2-minute rounds, and title fights are 10. We're going to round 2.
Goes by so quick.
Oh yes, it does. And when we're not paid by the hour, buddy, why not, right?
Thank you, sir.
Get closer to her. Work your shots. All right. At some point, we're going to start walking her down a little bit, right? Because she's worried about coming in. So we're going to have to go to her. All right? How you feel? Good?
She's looking for the right, which you see. Yeah. You know, but don't be so preoccupied with her sometimes that you don't see your own. Suckers down! Suckers down! Let's go, suckers down. Go back to your corner.
Bell, round number 2. Again, 2-minute rounds in the female division, so you can expect to see action pick up in a hurry. And already they're meet in the center of the ring, and it's Green establishing the jab, but here comes Wapool. Tried to get in close, and this is what Watpool has to do according to the strategy of Franchon Cruz Dessert.
Yes, Watpool definitely has to push the issue, get close to her, get out of that danger zone she's in, stand on the outside.
That's her best way of winning, just going off the jab and then doing combinations off that, and just keep staying resilient and keep with her opponent being a lot stronger.
And speaking of beautiful combo, and boy did Watpool feel that shot, yet she's still standing, but that was a flush right hand through the guard by Green.
If you stay outside like that, you're going to allow Green to continue to land big shots like that. You got to close the gap and get close to her. You can't let her pick you apart on the outside.
And Watpool is indeed trying to do just that, Amir.
Yeah.
There's no fear when your first, world championship fight. This is what you've worked to get to, and despite maybe the lack of experience, that Green has, this is something that Watpool has earned, and yet Green is earning Watpool's respect with the jab.
Yeah, but Watpool stays right here where she is. She's in a bad place.
Yeah, I was going to say squaring up right in front of a knockout artist like Green.
And not going close to her. You got to smother that power.
And again, it wasn't the most aesthetically pleasing.
Great right hand.
Great
right hand. It was flush.
No punching. I got you. No punching. Let her go.
Now, Green still maintains, and after watching it, another good right hand indeed. Green has been down. It should have been ruled a slip in her career, but I mean, Watpool is trying to let it whip, as it were. The whip.
That was a good right hand.
1-2, Amir, from Green. So the action indeed picking again.
Yeah, they're exchanging, man.
As we expect, the women always bring the smoke.
You love to see it.
And I love to see my friends from all the smoke in attendance tonight. NBA stars, Jackson and
Watpool landed the right hand there, but then, Green landed the right hand right there.
Oh,
that goes big right hand by Green, right down the pipe. That's why Watpool can't stay out there. Again, you see line up with the jab, and there goes your big right hand, but you see the distance. She's Watpool to fight at a very, very bad distance right there.
You good? Yeah. She don't know how to get in there, so that means you're going to have to go to her. Yeah. All right? Take her to school right now. All right? Hold your right hand up. It's a little too low for me. Okay. You understand?
Yeah. Barry Porter, the trainer.
It's a little too low for me. All right? No, you're doing fine. I want you to be first, though, okay? Be first.
Taking a page out of Nature Boy Ric Flair's playbook, Roy. It's time to go to school for Shadeja Green, who has been able to keep Watpool at bay for the most part, but and we go into round 3, total punches through 4 minutes of action. That's 2 rounds for the females. Green, 17 of 69 for 25%. Watpool, 10 of 64, 16%. And Green coming in, landing the combinations and evacuating.
Yeah, when Green can keep at this distance, Green is good.
Nice job.
So Watpool got to get close and